Mara Vance jammed her pry bar into the airlock seam. Sparks flew. The mangled door groaned open. A small, clawed hand shot out and clamped her glove. 4 iridescent fingers dug in like a vice. Wide violet eyes locked on hers from a face smeared with iridescent blood. The alien child gasped. Its translation band flickered. Help. Air. The kid weighed less than a shipboard crate. She dragged it across the debris-strewn deck into her shelter bay. Bulkhead hissed shut behind them. Mara slapped the emergency seal. Red lights pulsed. She scanned the child's vitals on her suit HUD, oxygen saturation dropping fast. Lungs too delicate for standard human mix. Mara yanked open the environmental panel. Fingers flew over controls. She rerouted the flow. Nitrogen up, oxygen down to 14%. Shelter bay hummed as the mix shifted. The child's grip loosened, chest rose steadier, but shivers racked its thin frame. Scales along its arms dulled from electric blue to ashen gray. Mara stripped off her outer glove. She pulled a thermal blanket from the medkit, wrapped it tight around the kid. Easy, you're safe now. The translation band buzzed static. Safe, Mother, Queen. Mara frowned. Royal markings glinted on the kid's collar. Gold filigree, etched with alien script. Not just any survivor, this was trouble. Footsteps thudded outside. Voices barked through the door intercom. Salvage tech! Open up. We saw the breach light. Dock hands, armed ones. By the clank of mag rifles charging, Mara patched her suit cum. No time for station chatter. She taped her handheld beacon to her chest plate. Pinged Port Authority direct. Captain Rourke's frequency only. Vance to hail. Got a live one from the wreck. Juvenile alien. Fragile. Keeping it sealed till you clear the deck. Static crackled. Then Rourke's voice clipped. Copy, Vance. Hold position. Dock hands are spooked. First contact protocols just lit up the board. The door rattled. Vance. That's Xeno salvage. Open or we cut through. Mara planted herself in front. Suit servos whirred as she braced. Negative. Kid's vitals are crashing. Back off or Hale skins you. The child. Keo, its band, spat the name. Curled tighter under the blanket. Claws peeked out, trembling. A muffled curse. Boots scraped away. For now, Mara knelt. Checked the band's power cell. Flickering low, she jury-rigged a suit battery feed. Line stabilized. You protect? Damn right. Mara kept her voice level. Routine maintenance. Kid was just a kid. What's your name again? Keo? Claws tightened on her sleeve. Keo. Lost. Ship broke. Guards gone. Her HUD pinged. Rourke's shuttle docking. Good. The door unsealed with a chime. Captain Rourke Hale strode in, flanked by 2 armored MPs. His faceplate fogged slightly. Nerves. Status, Vance. Stable. O2 mix matched. But it's royal. See the color? We move wrong. This blows up. Rourke eyed Keo. The kid shrank back. Queensgate? Hell. Envoys inbound. Diplomatic courier from their fleet. Name's Talven. Tests everything twice. You sure it's secure? Mara nodded. Scanned it. No trackers. No bombs. Just scared. Rourke keyed his comm. Clear the bay. VIP approach. Outside dockhands grumbled but dispersed. Mara scooped Keo up. Blanket and all. Light as a drone part. They hustled to the secure lift. Keo's band glitched mid-drop. Keo's band. Carry. Part of the job, Mara muttered. Lift doors parted on the envoy deck. Envoy Talven waited, tall, scaled like Keo but armored in diplomatic weave. The 4 eyes narrowed. The rescuer. Proof of claim? Mara set Keo down gently. Claim? Kid grabbed me first. Vitals logs on your pad. Talven scanned her suit feed. Claws tapped. D-human oxygen adjustment. Precise. Our medics take hours. Keo chirped. Band clear. She saved. Air right. Warm. Talven's posture eased a fraction. Queen Sereth demands return. Unharmed. Political right approaches. Succession binding. Delay sparks war. Rourke crossed arms. No riots on my port. Vance stays on point. She's got the touch. Mara felt Keo lean against her leg. Trust, earned in minutes. Lead on. Shuttle ride blurred, docking clamps to alien vessel. Talven piloted smooth, but tension hummed. Keo dozed on Mara's lap, band whispering, "Family? Not yet." Soon, the alien ship's bay irised open. Queen Sirith stood central, towering, scales polished obsidian, crown of crystal spines. Courtiers flanked her, silent. Talven bowed low. "Highness, the protector." Keo bolted forward. "Mother," Sirith scooped him. Claws gentle, violet eyes met Mara's. "Human, you bridged the void." Mara stood straight, no salute. Just did the job. Kid needed air. Courtiers murmured. Sirith's spines flared. "Approval? Proof demands proof. Your act binds us." Rourke shifted beside her. Diplomatic incident averted. Talven signaled. Hollow projected. Port feeds. Dock hands dispersed. No panic. Clean. Sirith extended a claw. Touched Mara's glove. Warmth pulsed through. Debt public. Join the right. Witness integration. Mara blinked. Right? But Keo grinned up. Band bright. Stay. Protect more. Captain Rourke exhaled. "Vance, you just made history, not history." Routine. But the kid's grip lingered in her palm. Alarms blared sudden. Ship shuddered. Talven hissed. Wreckage inbound. Debris field closing. Sirith's eyes hardened. "Protector. Again?" Mara cracked knuckles. "Shelter bay protocols. Let's move." Keo grabbed her hand. Claws firm. This time, they ran together. Shuttle thrummed toward the debris wake. Mara strapped Keo secure. Queen Sirith loomed opposite, gaze unblinking. "Your port avoided chaos," Sirith said, band flawless on her. "Humans contain." Rourke piloted. "By the book." Vance improvised the rest. Debris pinged hull. Mara checked scans. Wreck fragments. Keo's ship. More survivors. Talven cross-checked. Negative. But core unstable. Radiation spike. Keo whimpered. "Bad. Hurts." Mara adjusted his blanket. "We fix." Sirith watched. "You reroute life as mechanic men's pipe. Extraordinary ordinary." "Duty," Mara said. "Humans fixed. Aliens endured." Shuttle banked. Core loomed. Glowing ruin. Rourke swore. Collision course. Evasive. Negative. Mara unstrapped. "Salvage tether." "Pull it off, Vector." Talven objected. "Human gear fails our metals." "Watch." Mara synced her suit to shuttle controls. Tether deployed. Grapples locked. Thrusters fired. Core drifted aside. Ping silenced. Sirith's spines rose. "Capability, not force." Keo clapped. "She does." Docking at the Queen's flagship, ceremonial bay awaited. Courtiers bowed as they entered. Sirith raised claws. Assembly. The bridge forms. Hollow bloomed. Logs of Mara's actions. Air reroute. Door block. Debris save. Human Mara Vance kicked open her hab door. Keo clutched tight against her chest. The alien child's claws dug into her salvage suit. Fragile frame shivering from the port's emergency klaxons. She scanned the cramped space. Tool benches, flickering holoscreens. Spare parts stacked high. No time for neatness. She dumped her medkit on the workbench. Quarantine corner. Now. Keo whimpered. Iridescent scales dull under the harsh lights. Mara yanked a thermal blanket from storage, folded it into a nest against the bulkhead. She rigged containment fields from her suit emitters. Low-power hum sealed the space. Air filtered, sterile, safe for his physiology, per the partial scans she'd grabbed from the wreck. Keo curled inside, eyes wide, golden slits tracking her every move. Mara peeled off her helmet, sweat stinging her eyes. Port chatter crackled in her earpiece. Captain Rourke's voice cut through. "Vance, report. You grabbed an alien kid from the debris?" "That's not protocol." "Protocol's debris protocol." Mara snapped back, clipping biosensors to Keo's wrist. "Kid's alive. That's the win." Heart rate steady but low. Oxygen sats dipping. She adjusted the field output. Rourke cursed. "Envoy Talven's inbound. Don't turn this into first contact roulette." Mara ignored him. "First comms." Keo's translation band dangled loose on his arm. Cracked crystal sparking fitfully. She synced her wrist comm, jury-rigging a loop. Human firmware bridged alien frequencies. Sparks flew as circuits meshed. "Come on, talk to me," and static hissed. Keo tapped the band, claws clicking. "Safe? Mara?" The words garbled, looping through her calm speaker. "Progress." Mara nodded. "Safe. Food next." She grabbed measured water from her rations. 50 milliliters, chilled to match his core temp. Nutrient gel followed, squeezed from a field pouch. Mara logged it all. Dosage, time, vitals. Hollow pad blinked confirmation to port-offs. Transparent, no surprises. Keo sniffed the gel, hesitated. Mara knelt by the quarantine edge. "Eat." Build strength. He lapped it slow, spines relaxing a fraction. Good sign. Mara watched his throat pulse. Alien, but efficient. Her own stomach growled, ignored. Door chime blared. Envoy Talven shoved in, robes swirling, flanked by 2 port security drones. Tall, angular alien, eyes like polished obsidian. Human Mara Vance. Release the youth. Diplomatic custody transfers now. Mara stood, blocking the quarantine. Not till stable. Vitals say he's crashing from exposure. Talven's mandibles clicked, frustration. Queen Sereth's line demands priority. Political deadline looms. Hand him over. Keo clutched the blanket, eyes darting. Mara checked scans again. Radiation traces lingering. Deadline waits. Kid doesn't. Logs transmitting. Proof you're not dealing with a scavenger. Talven scanned the holologs, spines twitching. You. Adapt human tech to ours. Unverified. He stepped closer. Drones hummed. Mara tensed. Hand on her multi-tool. Test it, but touch him. And PortSec gets a riot report. Rourke's voice barked over open channel. "Stand down, Envoy. Vance is certified rescue tech. We're not sparking panic in the docks." Talven paused. Claws flexed. Competence noted, but proof of life first. Record it. Mara nodded. Goal aligned. She activated her comms recorder. "This is Mara Vance. Salvage responder. Port Epsilon. 7. Holding Keo. Unidentified youth from Rec Vector 4. Alpha. Vitals stable. Care logged and transmitted. Awaiting handover." She panned the holocam over the quarantine. Keo safe. Fed. Calm. Keo waved a claw. "Mara good?" Talven approved the burst. Open diplomatic channels. Transmit. Mara hit send. Signal bloomed across frequencies. Human ports. Alien relays. No hiding. No incidents. Silence stretched. Keo shifted. Band flickering. Mara leaned in. Rest easy. Then the translator loop stabilized. Clear words punched out. "Help. Queen." Mara froze. "Royal?" Keo's eyes locked on hers, pleading. Talven's spines shot upright. Sereth's heir. By the spines. Port Claxons wailed anew. Rourke roared over comms. "Incoming hail." Queen herself. "Vance, you just bridged species." Mara scooped Keo closer through the field, ignoring protocol. The kid clung back. Found family started somewhere. Talven paced, mandibles grinding. "This changes vectors. Custody fights inbound if we mishandle." Mara logged the translation burst. "Then we don't. Shelter him, till she claims." Hob lights flickered. Power surge from dock traffic. Keo's band sparked again, but held. Mara fed him another gel dose, precise. His scales brightened, claws loosening on her sleeve. Rourke patched through. Shuttle prepped, but Queen's envoy fleet pinging. They want visuals. "Send them," Mara said. She propped the holocam steady. Keo posed, brave under the lights. Mara added narration. Protected. Ready for return. Transmit locked. Channels lit up. Alien chatter flooding. Talven monitored, nodding grudging. "Your logs, exemplary. Humans fix without fanfare." Mara shrugged. Routine maintenance, but inside, gears turned. One kid, one fix. Ripples spreading. Keo tugged her hand. "Stay?" Mara ruffled his head frill. "Till safe." Door hissed. More envoys? No. Rourke in person, face grim. Diplomatic ceremony brewing. Queen signaling gratitude protocols. "You and the logs, Vance." Talven cross-checked his pad. Indeed. Public binding, trust proven. Mara checked Kyo's sats, optimal. She dismantled the quarantine corner piece by piece, tools back to benches, kid to arms. They moved as one human, alien youth. Port halls buzzed, workers staring, no panic. Cooperation held, shuttle bay loomed. Queen Sereth's silhouette waited on HoloLink, eyes piercing, protector Vance. Approach. Mara strapped Kyo secure, bridge forming. But debris alerts pinged anew. Wreckage inbound. Sereth's eyes hardened. Protector, again? Mara cracked knuckles. Shelter bay protocols. Let's move. Kyo grabbed her hand, claws firm. This time, they ran together. Shuttle thrummed toward the debris wake. Mara checked straps. Queen Sereth loomed opposite via holo, gaze unblinking. Your port avoided chaos. Humans contain. Rourke piloted from 4. By the book. Vance improvised the rest. Debris pinged hull. Mara scanned. Wreck fragments. Kyo's escort ship. Survivors? Talven cross-checked from co-pilot. Negative. Core unstable. Radiation spike. Kyo whimpered. Bad. Hurts. We fix. Sereth watched. You reroute life as mechanic men's pipe. Extraordinary ordinary. Duty. Mara said. Humans fixed. Elias endured. Shuttle banked. Core loomed. Glowing ruin. Rourke swore. Collision course. Evasive. Negative. Mara unstrapped. Salvage tether. Pull off vector. Talven objected. Human gear fails our metals. Watch. Mara synced suit to controls. Tether deployed. Grapples locked. Thrusters fired. Core drifted aside. Ping silenced. Sereth's spines rose. Capability, not force. Kyo clapped. She does. Docking at Queen's flagship. Ceremonial bay awaited. Courtiers bowed as they entered. Sereth raised claws. Assembly. The bridge forms. Hollow bloomed. Logs of Mara's actions. Quarantine rig. Translation: Captain Hale's boots thudded onto the docking platform. His squad fanned out, stun batons humming. Vance! Surrender the Xeno immediately. Containment protocols. Mara planted herself between them and Kyo. The child's claws dug into her leg through her jumpsuit. She didn't budge. Negative, Captain. Kids crashing. Medical override. Hale's jaw tightened. He signaled his team to hold. Override denied. Port authority calls it. That thing's a biohazard until scans clear. Kyo wheezed behind her. Mara yanked her wrist scanner up. Holo display flickered. Oxygen saturation plunging from 92 to 87. Red alerts pulsed. She thrust it under Hale's nose. Watch. 60 seconds he'll seize. You want first contact footage of a dead royal pup on your watch? Hale's eyes flicked to the readout. Numbers dipped. 84. His gloved hand hovered over his comm. Damn it, Vance. You're salvage tech, not a doc. Close enough. Mara scooped Kyo higher against her chest. The alien skin chilled her neck. Scales rasping soft. Translation band buzzed static. Air, thin. Hale exhaled sharp. Fine. Supervised handoff. My detail escorts you to Quarantine Bay. No detours. Better. Mara adjusted her grip. But diplomats inbound. I volunteer guardian till they land. Kid trusts me. You spook him. His fizz drops worse. Hale scanned the crowd. Dock workers gawked from cargo cranes. Cameras whirred overhead. 1 hour. My team's on you. Move. Mara nodded once. She draped her jacket over Kyo's head like a hood. Fabric muffled the whimpers. Hang on, little guy. We walk steady. They pushed into the throng. Hale's squad boxed them tight. 2 ahead, 2 behind. Voices swelled. What's that? Xeno freak. Shouts rippled. Phones lifted. Mara ignored them. Her boot struck deck plate after plate. Kyo's weight dragged her shoulder, but she matched Hale's stride. Eyes front team. No gaps. A worker lunged close, holocam flashing. Smile for the feeds, hero. Security shoved him back. Mara kept walking. Kyo's band crackled. Kyo's band crackled. Shh. Almost there. She hummed low, a salvage rig tune. Vibration steadied his shivers. Hale glanced sidelong. How'd you calm it? Sedatives? Human trick. Mara smirked under the din. Kids same everywhere. Need steady. Quarantine bay loomed, sealed doors, med scanners humming. Hale punched the panel. Iris dilated. Inside, sterile lights glared. Two techs waited with containment fields. Keo tensed. Claws pricked Mara's collarbone. Oxygen pinged. 79. Easy. She slipped inside first. Techs recoiled at the hooded bundle. Sample secure? One barked. Mara lowered Keo to the exam table. Jacket fell away. The child blinked, huge black eyes, spines flat in fear. He's royal. Fragile lungs. Boost O2 mix to 28% argon nitrogen. Techs froze. Hale barked. Comply. Vance calls med till envoy. Mask hissed over Keo's face. Numbers climbed. 82. 85. Claws uncurled. Mara stroked his crest. Soft ridges warmed under her palm. Better. Keo sighed through the band. Hale crossed arms. Envoy Talven's shuttle ETA, 20 mics. You vouch for this one? Found him in the wreck. Mara synced her scanner to the bay rig. Escort shuttle cracked on re-entry. Pulled him solo. Royals pinged distress. Queen level. Alarms blared outside. Crowd roar peaked. Xeno lover. Glass rattled. Hale tapped his earpiece. Riot control to docks. Double security. He eyed Mara. Your stunt's viral. Port's a powder keg. Let it burn. Mara checked Keo's IV port. Clear flow. Kid lives. We talk bridges. Bay doors hissed. Envoy Talven strode in. Tall iridescent scales. Datapad glowing. Human Vance. Queen Sereth hails your intercept. Child, Prince Keorath. Verify bond. Mara stepped aside. Keo reached past her.
She saves. Mine.
Talven's spines flared approval. Physiology stabilizes. Handoff accepted. Under your wardship. He turned to Hale. Human port yields to compassion protocol. Stand down. Hale holstered his baton. Logged. But if this sparks... Won't. Mara lifted Keo again. Hood back in place. Diplomats first. We shuttle to flagship? Talven nodded. Queen awaits proof. They exited bay into cordoned path. Crowd parted under security line. Cameras still whirred, but Mara tuned them out. Keo nestled closer, band whispering, family now. Hale trailed. Vance, you're crazy. Practical. She boarded the lift to pads, doors sealed, shuttle ramp dropped. Talven led. Queen Sereth's hollow flickered live from orbit, eyes piercing. Protector Vance. Approach. Mara strapped Keo secure. Debris alerts pinged. Wreckage inbound. Bridge forming. Sereth's eyes hardened. Protector? Again? Mara cracked knuckles. Shelter bay protocols. Let's move. Keo grabbed her hand. Claws firm. This time they ran together. Shuttle thrummed toward the debris wake. Mara checked straps. Queen Sereth loomed opposite via holo. Gaze, unblinking. Rourke piloted from 4. By the book. Vance improvised the rest. Mara scanned. Wreck fragments. Keo's escort ship. Survivors? Talven cross-checked from co-pilot. Negative. Core unstable. Radiation spike. Keo whimpered. Bad. Hurts. Mara adjusted blanket. We fix. Sereth watched. You reroute life as mechanic men's pipe. Extraordinary ordinary. Duty? Mara said. A shuttle banked. Core loomed. Glowing ruin. Rourke swore. Collision course. Evasive? Negative. Mara unstrapped. Salvage tether. Pull off vector. Talven objected. Human gear fails our metals. Watch. Mara synced suit to controls. Tether deployed. Grapples locked. Thrusters fired. Core drifted aside. Ping silenced. Sereth's spines rose. Capability. Not force. Keo clapped. She does. Docking clamps engaged at Queen's flagship. Ceremonial bay doors parted. Courtiers bowed low. Sereth rose from throne. Claws extended. Assembly. Witness, the bridge. Paulo bloomed. Logs replayed. Mara's quarantine stand. Oxygen save. Dock walk. Tether pull. Gasps rippled.
Keo scampered forward.
Trector stays. Sereth knelt to his level, then straightened. Human Mara Vance. Proof suffices. Bind as kin guardian. Interspecies pact seals. Courtiers murmured. Talven bowed. Queen honors debt public. Mara stood firm. For the kid. Hail. Viacom patch. Chuckled static. Port holds. No riots. Sereth's gaze locked. Humans mend. We endure. Together. Thrive. Keo tugged Mara's hand. Band clear. But bay alarms wailed. Incoming hail. Rival fleet shadow. Sereth's spines bristled. Test the bridge. Airlock seals hissed shut behind Envoy Talven. His segmented limbs clicked against Mara's hab deck as he swept a handheld scanner in wide arcs. Blue light danced over bulkheads, vents, and the med pod where Kaio huddled under a thermal blanket. Mara stood by the console, arms loose at her sides. She tapped the data slate forward. Full med log. Vitals, treatments, exposure scans, all yours. Talven ignored it. His scanner beeped at the air recycler, then pivoted to the nutrient dispenser. Contagion risk, 0.3%. Acceptable. He stalked toward the med pod. Keo's wide eyes tracked him. The child's translation band flickered. Friend? Easy, kid. Mara blocked the pod's access panel. He's here to help. Talven's mandibles clicked. He raised the scanner to her face. It hummed closer, inches from her chest. Human Mara Vance. Heart rate elevated. Why? She held still. You're in my home. Armed, scanning my patient. The scanner dipped lower, locked on her sternum. Red light pulsed. Pupil dilation, adrenaline trace. You possess royal air. Black market fetches billions. Why not sell the kid? Keo whimpered. Mara shot a glance his way. The blanket trembled. She faced Talven square. Sell? He's a scared child, not cargo. I pull salvage from wrecks, patch leaks. Keep breathing going. That's the job. Talven's facets gleamed under the hab lights. He retracted the scanner an inch. Duty narrative. Convenient. Queen demands immediate return. No witnesses. Human port crawls with opportunists. Mara scooped the data slate higher. Log shows quarantine protocols. My blood filters compatible. Tested against his. Proof I'm clean. Downloaded. In a blink. Then extended a probe from his suit cuff. It pricked her offered forearm. She didn't flinch. Sample vial filled crimson. Talven slotted it into his analyzer. Match. 94%. Physiology overlap unexplained. Keo tugged her pant leg. Band stuttered. Stay. Mara fixes. Talven loomed. Child bonds prematurely. Royal physiology fragile. Oxygen flux destabilizes neural webs. You risk cascade failure. I've stabilized him. Mara nodded to the pod readouts. Green traces steady. Bands glitchy, but core vitals hold. Port authority catches wind. Panic spreads. Riots at docks. First contact sours. His claws tapped the slate. Diplomatic shuttle waits. Cloaked vector. No traces. She crossed her arms. No. Transparent run. I escort. Log the route with Captain Hale. Public channel. Avoids custody grabs or ambushes. Talven froze. Scanner word again, now at Keo's pod. The child shrank back. Human interference escalates incident. Queen Sereth measures trust in isolation. Proof through discretion. Mara knelt by Keo, adjusted the blanket seal. Kid needs steady hands. Translation fails under stress. Your rush spikes it. My hab secure. Port escort clears crowds. We dock at flagship clean. Keo's small claws gripped her sleeve. Mara comes. Talven vented air. Equivalent of a sigh. Political deadline presses. Rival clans shadow comms. Air's absence fuels claims. Then we move smart. Mara stood. Pulled up port schematics on the console. Route Alpha. Service tunnels to Bay 3. Hale's team flanks. No crowds. Hollow broadcast. Routine med transfer. Calms the chatter. He studied the map. Mandibles worked. Human portmaster Captain Rourke Hale complies? She patched comms. Envoys here. Escort request. Static crackled. Hale's voice cut in. Crisp. Vance. Confirm royal pickup? Affirm. Transparent run. Your call on security. Pause. By the book only. One slip. Riots ignite. Route Alpha approved. My shuttle preps. 10 minutes. Tall then lowered the scanner. Concession logged. Motives pass preliminary, but Queen tests final. Mara bundled Keo into the carry sling. Child nestled against her chest plate. Grab your gear. We roll. Pub door, irised open. Tall Ven led, scanner still active. Port corridors hummed, workers glanced, then away. Hale's team fell in. Armored figures, stunners holstered. Keo's band cleared. Safe? Mara squeezed his claw. Halfway to Bay 3, a deck klaxon blared. Holoscreens flickered. Unscheduled docking. Identify. Tall Ven's spine stiffened. Rival scout. Too soon. Hale barked over comms. Vance, seal the kid in my shuttle. Diversion now. Mara ducked into the bay. Shuttle ramp dropped. She strapped Keo secure. Talven vaulted aboard. Scanner pinging threats. Rourke Hale strode up, helmet under arm. Scouts bluffing. But port's twitchy. One wrong move. Handled. Mara sealed the pod. Kid stable. Hale eyed Talven. Envoy.
Queen's Hale direct?
Affirm. Talven synced his slate. Vector locked. Shuttle thrummed to life. Mara took the co-pilot jump seat. Keo's pod hummed beside her. Acceleration pressed them back. Talven monitored readouts. Human craft. Efficient. No excess power draw.
Salvage spec, Mara said. Pulls Rex without boom.
Port fell away. Stars wheeled. Keo slept, band silent. Then comms lit. Queen's voice, filtered regal. Envoy, status, secured. Human Guardian escorts. Proof, en route. Pause. Guardian? Elaborate. Tal then relayed the medlog. Alo bloomed mid-cabin. Mara's quarantine standoff. Oxygen jury rig. Dockside walk in rad suit. Queen's spines rustled audible. Ordinary repairs. Extraordinary yield. Shuttle banked toward the flagship silhouette. Massive. Spines like thorns. Docking pinged. Clamps locked. Bay doors parted. Courtiers in iridescent robes bowed. Queen Sereth rose from her throne dais. Claws gleamed. Keo stirred. Mother. Mother unstrapped him. Child bolted down ramp, straight to Sereth. She knelt, enveloped him. Talven bowed low. Det witnessed. Sereth's gaze fixed on Mara. Human. Approach. Mara stepped forward. No salute, just steady. You reroute life as mechanic men's pipe. Sereth's voice carried. Proof reviewed. Part scan motive pure. Courtiers murmured. Captain Hale patched in via shuttle relay. Port secure. No incidents. Sereth straightened. Claws extended. Not threat, but gesture. Assembly witnesses. Human Mara Vance binds as kin guardian. Interspecies pact seals. Gasps rippled. Keo scampered back. Tugged Mara's hand. Protector stays. Mara knelt to his level. Ruffled his frill. Job's done, kid. Sereth's spines rose. Not ended. Bridge forms. Hollow replayed. Tether pull from the drifting core. Mara at controls. Wreck veering safe. Capability flashed. Not force. Then bay alarms wailed. Incoming hail. Rival fleet shadow on scopes. Sereth's spines bristled full. Test arrives. Bridge holds? Mara jabbed a finger at the glowing bulkhead sign. Red circle with bar. Stop. You do this. She raised both palms flat. Keo mimicked her, frill quivering. His translation band buzzed static. Stop, like claws sheathed. Exactly.
Saves questions. Mara scanned the corridor ahead.
Station crowds thickened toward the transit gate. Human dock workers jostled Xeno traders, voices rising. Keo's mask hissed rhythmically, feeding him oxygen his lungs craved. One slip, and he'd crumple. She tapped the next sign. Yellow triangle, lightning bolt, power hazard, point, and back away. Mara demonstrated, arm extended, fingers splayed. Keo copied, giggling through the band. Zap no touch. His claws clicked against her radsuit sleeve. Fragile kid, skin like wet silk, legs wobbly from the Rex rad exposure. Good. Last one. Mara signed the universal med evac, thumb to collarbone, then sweep outward. Hurt. Help now. Keo nailed it. Band cleared. Hurt. Help. Mara ruffled his frill. Your station ready.
Stay close. She hefted her salvage kit, eyes on the gate.
Port Authority drones hummed overhead. Captain Hale's voice crackled in her earpiece. Vance, escort inbound. Talven's with me. Crowd swelling. Keep it smooth. Copy. Teaching the kids signs. Mara gripped Keo's tether leash. They pushed into the throng. The transit gate loomed, irised shut behind security. A mob pressed forward. Salvage chasers, reporters with holocams, Xeno-protesters waving placards. Return the princeling. Human hands off. Keo shrank against her leg. Mask stuttered. Hiss, faltering. Mara yanked him behind a cargo crate. Hale, gates clogged. Mobs 50 deep, chanting custody. Hale's reply snapped. By the book says wait 'em out. Diplomatic incident, if we force. No time. Mara eyed the deck plate seams. Maintenance hatch. 20 meters left. Rerouting tunnels. Cover me? Pause. Risky. Talvin advises caution. Tell him kid's mask is glitching. Mara punched the hatch override. Gears whirred. Keo, stop sign if anyone jumps us. Hatch popped. She scooped Keo under one arm, Kit in the other, and dove in. Clangs echoed as she sealed it. Mob roar muffled. Dark tunnels stretched, conduits pulsing blue. Mara flicked on her suit light. Service ways. Quiet now. Keo nodded, clinging. Footsteps pounded above. Fists hammered the hatch. Mara jogged, mapping vents from memory. Salvage Tech's edge stations were her playground. Airpiece buzzed. Vance! Mob breached perimeter. Talven says rival envoys stoked it. Claim Keo's theirs by salvage law. Lock it down. Timed corridor sweep. No stamps. Mara reached a junction. I'm at B7. Seal rad sectors behind. Funnel 'em calm. Hale barked orders. Talven, sync your grid. Vance coordinates. Alien voice cut in. Precise. Human prove no harm. Lockdown risks panic cascade.
Watch. Mara patched her suit cam to their shared link.
She pointed Keo at a junction sign. Green arrow. Go this way. Repeat. Keo signed back. Hurt, help. Then arrow. Talven hummed approval.
Child trusts. Proceed.
Alarms whooped station-wide. Bulkheads irised in sequence. Mara sprinted, Keo bouncing on her hip. Hale, then pressure at C12. Clear path to shuttle bay. Done. 30 seconds. Crowd noise faded to distant shouts. Lockdown hummed efficient. No injuries pinged mednets. Mara's boots pounded grates. Human muscle. Alien trust. Combo worked. Keo wheezed. Nask stuttered again. Oxygen dipping. Legs buckled mid-stride. Legs no-go. Got you. Mara shifted him fully into carry, one arm cradling his torso, other palming the wall for balance. Pressure door ahead. Ceiling now. Red lights flashed. Door groaned half shut. Air whistled. Keo's frill wilted. Band fritzed. Mara charged. Hale, override. Now. Can't. Safety lock. She slammed her kit against the sensor. Sparks flew. Door juddered open a handspan. Mara wedged through sideways. Keo crushed to her chest. Suit alarm screamed rad leak, but she cleared it. Door slammed shut behind. They tumbled into shuttle bay. Mara ripped Keo's mask free, slapped her spare oxy pack on. Hiss stabilized. Kid gulped air, eyes clearing. Hale burst from command post, tall Ven at his flank, tall alien in envoy robes, spines half raised. Clear, mob contained. No casualties. Talven scanned Keo. Physiology holds. Human intervention. Precise. Mara stood, dusting off. Routine fix. She unclipped the tether. Keo toddled free, frill perking. Shuttle ramp lowered. Pilot waved. Queen's flagship awaits. Keo tugged Mara's glove. Toko? She knelt. Job's done, kid. Talvin tilted his head. Queen measures debt. You rerouted life. He boarded first, signaling clear. Mara strapped Keo in, relayed the nedlog. Shuttle lifted smooth. Hollow bloomed mid-cabin. Mara's quarantine standoff replay. Oxygen jury rig. Dockside walk in rad suit. Queen's spines rustled audible through comm. Ordinary repairs, extraordinary yield. Shuttle banked toward the flagship silhouette, massive spines like thorns. Docking pinged, clamps locked, bay doors parted. Courtiers in iridescent robes bowed. Queen Sereth rose from her throne dais, Claws gleamed. Keo stirred. Mother? Mara unstrapped him. Child bolted down ramp straight to Sereth. She knelt, enveloped him. Talven bowed low. Det witnessed. Sereth's gaze fixed on Mara. Human. Approach. Mara stepped forward. No salute, just steady. You reroute life as mechanic men's pipe.
Sereth's voice carried.
Proof. Reviewed. Heart scan motive pure. Courtiers murmured. Captain Hale patched in via shuttle relay. Port secure. No incidents. Sereth straightened. Claws extended. Not threat, but gesture. Assembly witnesses. Human Mara Vance binds as kin guardian. Interspecies pact seals. Gasps rippled. Keo scampered back, tugged Mara's hand. Protector stays. Mara knelt to his level, ruffled his frill. Job's done, kid. Sereth's spines rose, knot ended. Bridge forms, hollow replayed. Tether pull from the drifting core. Mara at controls, wreck veering safe. Capability flashed, not force. Then bay alarms wailed. Incoming hail, rival fleet shadow on scopes. Sereth's spines bristled full. Test arrives. Bridge holds? Guards clattered forward, spines flared, encircling Mara in a wall of chitin and gleam. She froze, hands open at her sides. Keo yelped. The child darted past the nearest guard, frill quivering, and wedged behind Mara's leg. Tiny claws gripped her radsuit boot. No hurt, Protector. His translation band crackled, words half garbled. Queen Sereth's voice cut the alarms. Stand down. The bridge tests now. Guards hesitated. Claws retracted an inch, but they held position. Mara kept still. She rested one hand on Keo's head, feeling the rapid flutter of his breathing vents. Kid weighed next to nothing, but his grip anchored her. Sereth rose from the dais, her throne's iridescent panels dimmed behind her. Courtiers parted like waves. Human Mara Vance. Crisis reveals truth. Submit to audit. Mara nodded once. Lead on. Talven stepped from the shadows, envoy robes shimmering. He activated a wrist hollow. Full protocol. Decon first, then scan. 2 guards flanked her. They herded Mara, and Keo clinging fast, toward a side chamber off the bay. Mara didn't pull away. No point fighting momentum. The decon arch loomed, violet fields humming. Talven gestured. Pass through. Removes contaminants. Mara stepped in. Keo tucked against her side. Sterile mist blasted her suit. It tingled through seals, scanning every scene. She stood patient, like waiting for a salvage scrub back at port. Routine. Keo squirmed but stayed put. Itchy. Almost done, kid. Mara kept her voice level. Fields cleared. Talven scanned the readout. Clear. No vectors. Back in the main bay, Sereth waited. Court packed tighter now, robes rustling. Captain Hale's face flickered on a comm panel, patched from the port. Vance, status? Handling it, Mara said. Sereth's claws clicked. Kneel for truth audit. All witness. Protocol hit like a docking clamp. Mara dropped to one knee. Metal deck chilled through her suit. She kept her right hand on Keo's shoulder, light pressure. Kid relaxed a fraction. Guards powered down weapons, but eyes stayed locked. Sereth raised a claw. Bay holos ignited. Mara's own voice boomed first. Dockside transmission, hours old. Got a live one. Juvenile alien. Royal markings. Physiology fragile. Low grav. High oxy needs. Rigging jury oxygen from salvage tanks. Hollow Mara wrestled hoses in the drifting wreck core. Sparks flew. She tethered the module, yanked it clear of debris field. Child's pod stabilized. Courtiers hissed. Spines rippled across the assembly. Next clip. Mara boarding the alien shuttle. Keo limp in her arms. Band fritzing. Mother lost. She submitted without a word. Shuttle decon fields bathed them both. Mara held position, arms steady, ignoring the burn on exposed skin. Sereth paused the hollow. You entered our vessel, unvetted. Why? Mara met her gaze. Golden eyes, multifaceted. Kid needed, evac, fast. Decon was standard. I do it daily on Rex.
Human standard, Talven murmured.
Exposes them to rads we filter triple. Sereth's spines twitched. Motive pure, no claim on royal blood. Mara's hand stayed firm on Keo. No claim. Just return delivery. Signed for, at port. Holo resumed. Dockside walk. Mara in full rad suit. Keo's pod on her back. Port crews gawked but cleared path. Hale's voice barked orders. No riots. Clean handoff. Captain Hale leaned into his comm now. Confirmed. No incidents. Cuman ports run tight. Courtiers leaned in. Murmurs swelled. Sirith silenced them with a claw slash. Hard questions, human. You rerouted our shuttle path. Risked your hull. Proof? Hollow tether pull. Mara at improvised controls, wreck veering safe from the flagship's path. Her gloved hands flew, precise, no flourish. Ordinary repairs, Mara said, yielded extraordinary. Kid safe. Keo piped up.
She fixed me.
Like pipe mend. Band glitched. Courtiers strained to parse. Sereth's gaze bored in. Temporary guardianship. Sign. Or depart. Talven extended a holopad. Glowing claws scrolled. Kin guardian bond. Interspecies pact. Witnessed public. Mara scanned it. Legal hooks everywhere. Custody shares. Duty calls. But clear. Protects the bridge. She pressed thumbprint. Signed. Hollow flared green. Surith's spine smoothed. Det binds. Mara Vance. Kin shield to Prince Keo. Gasps echoed. Keo beamed up at her, frill fanning wide. Alarms cut sharp again. Scopes lit. Rival fleet signatures, closing fast. Sereth whirled. Shields up. Battle formation. Guards snapped to stations. Courtiers streamed to evac lifts. Talven gripped Mara's arm. Human ports, your rigs hold wrecks. Can you thread our escorts? Mara eyed the tactical hollow. Rival shadows massed, spines like thorns on scanners. Flagship's engines thrummed, prepping burn. Thread 'em? She pulled schematics from Hale's patch. Port salvage data overlaid alien grids. Yeah. Salvage tethers can ghost your flanks. Pull debris wake to mask. Hale cut in. Vance, that's port airspace. My call. Do it, Sereth ordered. Claws extended. Not threat. Invitation. Bridge forms. Mara nodded. She scooped Keo onto her hip. Kid clung tight. Hang on, squirt. They bolted to the command deck. Alarms blared rhythm. Mara patched her suit console direct. Human salvage code meshed with alien nav. Rough, but locked. Go fast, Keo cheered. Fast and smart. Mara plotted vectors. Debris fields from the wreck. Perfect screen. She fired tethers virtual. Ghosting paths. Flagship lurched. Escorts fell in. Rival scopes blurred under the chaff. Talven monitored. Contacts breaking. They veer. Sereth watched the hollow. Clean evasion. Human weave. Hale grunted over calm. Ports feeding decoys. Clear skies ahead. Engines purred steady. Rivals faded to dots. Bay cleared. Courtiers returned, buzzing. Sereth turned to Mara. Keo still on her hip. Drowsy now. Audit passes. Bond seals. You stay? Mara set Keo down. He toddled to his mother but glanced back. Tractor comes home? Job's done, Nara said. But her hand lingered on his frill. Sereth knelt to Keo level. She bridges, Little Thorn. We invite. Diplomatic ping hit Mara's suit. Official. Extended port access. Kin quarters aboard. Talven smiled faint. Queen repays public. First human embed. Captain Hale signed off. Don't botch first contact, Vance. Mara ruffled Kyo's frill. Kid giggled. Band clear. Family fix. Pipe mend forever. Sereth rose. Claws gleamed soft. Assembly witnesses. Human compassion threads the void. Courtiers bowed. Spines aligned in unison. Mara stood amid them, not conqueror. Partner. Rival scopes cleared fully. Flagship banked homeward, but a new ping whispered on scopes. Third Fleet. Neutral band. Query. Alliance talk? Sereth's spines rose. Bridge calls others. Ready, Kinshield? Mara checked her tethers. Rigged and waiting. Queen Sereth's claws clicked on the dais. Assembly, attend. Her voice echoed through the grand hall. Spines rippled across the gathered courtiers. Sereth's kin, rigid in iridescent robes. Human port envoys lined the flanks. Hale at their head, arms crossed. Mara stood at the chamber's edge, Kyo's small hand clutched in hers. The child's frill quivered against her suit leg. Escorts parted the crowd. Talvan gestured Mara forward. Queen summons. Center dais. Now. Mara squeezed Kyo's hand. Stay close, kid. She strode up the ramp, boots thudding on polished chitin plates. Eyes locked on her, alien slits glowing under vaulted arches. Hale shot her a nod from the sidelines. Steady. Sereth rose tall, crown frills fully extended. Human Mara Vance. Step forward. Mara halted at the dais base. Kyo toddled beside her, translation band humming faint. Shiny floor, protector walks big. Courtiers murmured, spines twitched. Sereth silenced them with a raised claw. Witness. This human salvaged our lost thorn from void scrap. Rivals hunted. She evaded. She shielded. Hollow projections flickered alive. Replays of the chase, Mara's shuttle weaving decoys. Kyo strapped tight in the crash couch. Gasps rippled. A courtier hissed. Human weave. Impossible for soft skins. Mara kept her face neutral. Just routine salvage. Kid first, always. Sereth's gaze pinned her. You request no trove, no claim.
Speak your due. Mara met those golden eyes.
Job's done, Your Majesty. I ask one thing. Safe contact rights for Kyo. Let him visit port. Learn pipes, fix leaks. No barriers. Kyo tugged her hand. Pipe mend with Mara. Please, Mom. Sereth's frill softened a fraction. Courtiers leaned in. Talven whispered to Hale. She declines wealth. Seeks bond. Hale grunted over private comm. Vance plays long game, smart. But spines bristled wider. A rival envoy stepped forward, robes swirling. Queen binds too quick. Human holds royal blood. Custody claim? Mara tensed. Here it comes. Panic spark. Sereth's claws flexed. Proof stands. Audit cleared. Human compassion threads void. She signaled guards. The rival retreated, spines flat. Talvan approached the dais, carrying a sealed case. Envoy confirms. No incidents. Port logs clean. Sereth nodded. Assembly hears. Mara Vance earns more than passage. She opened the case. Inside gleamed a chitin medallion, etched with interlocking frills and human tethers. Royal seal pulsing faint blue. Mara's pulse quickened. I don't need honors. Cooperation's enough. Kyo bounced. Shiny for protector. Wear it. His band crackled static, words garbling to squeaks. Courtiers hushed. Sereth lifted the medallion high. Refusal dishonors proof. Accept or void unthreads. Hale's voice crackled in her earpiece. Take it, Vance. Diplomatic win. Don't tank. First contact. Mara eyed the hall. Aliens watched, spines poised. Humans waited, breaths held. Kid stared up, frill wide with hope. She stepped onto the dais. For Kyo. I accept. Sereth's claws descended. She lifted the royal seal over Mara's chest, and the entire hall went silent. No spines moved. No murmurs broke. Even Kyo froze, band silent. The seal hovered, inches from Mara's suit. Blue light bathed her face. Sereth's voice dropped low, for all to hear. By thorn and tether, I declare you kin protector. Bind to our clutch, shield as blood. The medallion clamped home. Magnetic chitin fused to her chest plate. Warmth spread, link active. Mara's suit pinged. New auth codes. Royal access. Kin quarters unlocked. Hall erupted. Spines aligned in salute. Courtiers chanted low. Kin shield binds. Kyo launched at her legs. Protector family. Forever fix. Mara scooped him up. His frill wrapped her arm, soft and trusting. Sereth knelt, claws gentle on Kyo's back. She bridges, little thorn. Home secure. Family attendants rushed forward. Kyo wriggled, but hugged Mara tight. Stay? Pipes? Mara ruffled his frill. Visits any time, kid. Promise. She passed him over. His eyes lingered, band clear. Love, Mara. Sereth rose, addressing the hall. Kin protector commits. Humans weave with us. Cooperation seals. Hale clapped slow from the sidelines. Envoys bowed. Talven grinned. First in bed. Queen repays public. Mara touched the medallion. Solid. Real. Rigged for alliance talks? Sereth's spines rose sharp. Third Fleet queries. Bridge calls. U-shield flank. A new hollow bloomed. Neutral band ping. Alliance proposal icons flickered. Courtiers buzzed approval. Mara checked her tethers. Port feeds decoys. We're ready. Hale joined her at dais edge. Captain stands with kin protector. Joint ops. Talven activated comms. Envoy coordinates. No incidents. Sereth turned to Mara. Walk with clutch. Witnesses spread word. Mara nodded. Keo waved from his mother's arms. Pipe mend, soon. They exited the hall amid cheers. Spines and salutes trailed. Mara felt the weight. Not burden, but bridge. Outside, flagship corridors hummed. Attendants flanked. Sereth glanced back. Rivals watch. Kinshield proves. Mara grinned faint. Humans fix what breaks. Together, a side door hissed open. Keo's nursery wing. He toddled in, glancing back. Mara waved. Door sealed. Sereth paused. Debt binds public. Private. Thank you. Mara shrugged. Kid needed it. Routine. But Sereth's claw touched the medallion. Extraordinary routine. Hale calmed in. Port clear. Third Fleet inbound. Hale out. Tall Ven fell in step. Ceremony streams live. Galactics watch. Mara's suit pinged views. Millions tuned. Comments scrolled. Human compassion. Void threader. Alliance hollow updated. Acceptances piled. Sereth led to bridge overlook. Stars wheeled. Clutch expands. Kin protector? Mara strapped in observer seat. Tethers locked. Engines thrummed. Third Fleet dots approached. No rivals. Just talks. Kaio's voice piped over nursery feed. Mara fixes stars too? Sereth chuckled. Spines relaxed. She mends all. Mara watched scopes. Human port feeds synced. Alien navs meshed. Seamless. One ping resolved. Alliance handshake. Sealed. But a shadow dot flickered far rim. Unmarked. Sereth's spines twitched. Scout? Mara zoomed her visor. Decoy trail. We evade. Collaboration hummed. Bridge 1. Keo's giggle echoed. Family fixed.